Oh boy. Yeah, we're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Storytime with Scrappy and Friends, where your dreams come true, unless you wanted the show canceled. Today's episode is a tale into the twisted psyche. What'd you say, Tanner?
Continue. That's right, I'm already in character. Now continue. Continue before I snap.
Today's episode is a tale into the twisted psyche of the Mario cast. And for once, I didn't write it. With us today is Tanner, the Dark Lord Luigi himself.
That's right, motherfucker. Oh, they've been waiting for my return. I've learned new spells. New things to plunge this world into an era of darkness not yet seen since the rise of Satan himself, which in this case would be the underwear world if you've played Paper Mario games or whatever it's called. I swear to God, I have no idea what I am talking about. The point is I am a fucking demon.
In my canon, maybe. In this canon, you're just a punching bag. Luigi, not you, Luigi. I need to clarify that.
And I'm depressed. Hey.
Yeah, also, here against his will is our friend Harry.
Topsy, I got an idea. He flew away.
I think that I'm here of mine.
And with us, regrettably, every other week is Nova.
Hello, wonderful pupils.
Yes, we are going to read Erika today, but first we wanted to do something a little short and comedic because Tanner was in the area. So we will be regaling ourselves with the tale stands for Loser by the Wimpzilla. This was a fan fiction story written back in the late 2000s, and it might be one of the first. It's not the first long-form Mario story I ever read. Was probably the first long-form comedic story I ever read.
Okay.
Mario story.
I think we're only doing 2 chapters. By the way, I should clarify that Luigi cast a dark spell on me recently. He used his powers of necromancy to summon zombies to destroy my mic, which he easily could have just done himself. I don't know why he had to bring zombies into it. That just seems like adding extra steps to a simple task. The fuck are you saying? I hear you talking shit over there, buddy. I'm sorry, Luigi. I'm so sorry. I will never, ever question your authority again. Praise be to Luigi. Oh, man, I'm sorry, I'm not a Satanist. I really don't know what I'm talking about. Only thing you need to say, my dear sweet summer child, is indeed real. Alright.
Well done.
So, yeah, I say long-form story, and it is. There's like 20 chapters, but it's mostly episodic comedy. Continuity definitely exists, but serialized it kind of isn't, so we can just kind of sample a few chapters every once in a while. So we're going to start off with the first 2. The premise of this series is basically a slice-of-life comedy about Luigi suffering from bad luck.
Rip.
His life is just a comedy for us to laugh at.
Damn, dude.
Luigi becomes the Joker.
Keep that in mind for later chapters.
Oh, he's gonna snap.
these are the early chapters where Whimzilla is just kind of finding their footing. Like, early chapters are written in script formats that will change down the line, but I wanted to start from chapter 1.
Alright.
Alright.
Let's see, so... Yes, Tanner, of course, will be allowing the vessel of Luigi to possess him for this episode, as per usual. I'll be reprising Daisy, and Nova gets to pick whatever he wants. This is The L Stands for Loser by the Wimpzilla. Long ago, in the far-off land of 2007, I came under a state of mind known only to the public as boredom. As such, I wrote these short stories about Luigi, one of my favorite characters in the Mario series. After that, they pretty much were lost to the world, but by dumb luck, they were found again. After rereading them and getting some laughs, I decided to post them on this site, fanfiction.net, to see what the rest of the world thought. These first 9 chapters are the original stories I had written. Without these, this series would not exist. And thus begins the story proper. Luigi, waiting by the mailbox. His watch.
Not whistling loudly enough into the mic, I'm sorry.
I heard the whistling.
Alright.
Luigi looks at his watch and scratches his ear. Oh gosh. Harakiri, I think that's how you pronounce it.
You like your weird Jack McBrayer southern accent. That'll work.
Mail call! Luigi grabs the mail straight out of his bag and runs inside, slams his door. There's no dialogue there. Harakiri. Harakiri leaves as Luigi rifles through his letters at the table.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy!
Mario is covered in junk mail, looking angrily at his mushroom munchies that have also been vandalized with junk mail.
Sorry.
Luigi.
Sorry. I just heard that there was a pudding. There was a pudding that I was sorry. Sometimes when you spend most of your life speaking in ancient demonic tongues, you forget English. Hold on. Sorry. I just heard I was putting a feature article in this month's, oh my god, Fungi Cap magazine. And I can't wait to see it if I can read it. Given my track record with the English language, I'm not sure.
Mario lifts a soggy magazine out of his soiled cereal. Luigi.
That's it! Gimme!
Luigi looks at the cover.
Hey! That was
Luigi...
a very uncertain delivery.
Zoom in on magazine cover featuring Luigi in his underwear, twirling his shirt over his head and the twirling his shirt over his head and the headline, oh gosh, God's Top 10 Mistakes.
Get that picture.
I don't know.
You didn't.
Luigi.
Oh. You didn't. Oh, I'm gonna.
Harakiri in the window. Important letter for Mr. Mario. Mario raises his hand. Harakiri. It also says the green one. Luigi.
Had it be me,
Luigi snatches the letter.
probably an apology for that stupid Fungi Cap magazine. Oh. Oh, wait, it's Daisy!
Harakiri. Oh. Ooh. Luigi reading from the letter.
What are you doing here? Dear Luigi, Lately, all I've been able to think about is you and your sexy stash. You and your handsomely chiseled figure come by my place sometime? I'd like very much to get to know you better over dinner and a movie. Daisy. P.S. If you'd like to know more about where my house is, check out the enclosed instruction book. Please wear your stylish yellow and purple polka dot jumpsuit under a frilly pink dress. You'll know why when you get here. Going on a date with Daisy! What date plans do you two have? What date plans do you two have? Nada! But I have a date with Daisy! Read it and wait! Booyah!
Luigi runs out the door. Paracari and Mario coyly give each other the knuckle touch. Meanwhile, at Daisy's castle, doorbell. Ring, ding dong. Daisy, from inside. I'll get it! Opens the door. Hello! Luigi. Leaning on the wall with a pink dress on and a sexy look on his face.
Hey, Daisy. My stash that blows in the wind like, something sexy that blows in the wind? But not consume your every waking thought. Well, go ahead.
Luigi leans in close to Daisy with his lips stretched out, whispering. Daisy, oh. Luigi.
Oh, this poor bastard. Tell me what stuns you. Is it my girly looks?
Luigi rips off the dress to reveal a hideous yellow and purple polka dot jumpsuit.
Or my manly looks?
Daisy. Security! Luigi.
Oh, wait! Didn't you tell me to do these things?
No.
But I got a letter from you!
I'm sorry, but I never sent you a letter.
Oh, sorry for wasting your time. I just thought I finally had a chance to impress you.
Luigi starts to leave. Daisy. Wait, do you want to come in for a second? Luigi perking up.
Really? I mean, sure, but I thought you were creeped out.
Daisy. I was, but that was a misunderstanding, and for some reason you seem interesting. Luigi couldn't believe his luck. Finally, after all this time, fate would smile upon him instead of toy with him. He enjoyed the time he spent with Daisy, and Luigi was thoroughly convinced there was no other guy on Earth luckier than him right now. Daisy, giggling. So, you were actually pummeled by the other team's quarterback because you mistook his mother for a dog? Luigi.
Yeah, and I wasn't even playing. I was the mascot.
Oh, you know, Luigi, nobody else can make me laugh like you do. And I mean that in a good way. Oh, hi, Charming. Luigi.
Charming?
Luigi turns around to see a handsome man in regal clothing. Daisy. Luigi, I'd like you to meet someone very dear to me, Prince Charming. Charming.
Me and Daisy have known each other for a very long time, and any friend of hers is a friend of mine.
God,
Luigi,
of course
confused.
Nova's playing the character. Of course Nova's playing the character who fucking cucks me.
Luigi confused.
Good friend?
Luigi was thoroughly convinced that there was no other guy on Earth unluckier than him right now. All this time, Luigi thought that Daisy was starting to like him when she already had a boyfriend. Wait a minute. He didn't really
Sorry,
know for sure they
did
were.
that not come through?
I will try that again. Luigi was thoroughly convinced that there was no other guy on Earth unluckier than him right now. All this time, Luigi thought that Daisy was starting to like him when she already had a boyfriend. Wait a minute. He didn't really know for sure they were a couple. Charming.
We were just discussing what we're going to do when we become queen and king.
Dang! Oh well. Wait, is this supposed to be Luigi's thought process? Yeah. Dang! Oh well. Back at the Mario house, Mario and Parakarry were chilling on the couch. Parakarry? Whoa!
Colonel
Can you really
monologue
use Twinkies?
narrating now.
It was like Luigi's thought process and also just general narration. It kind of threw me off. Let's see. Parakarry.
Weird.
Whoa! Can you really use Twinkies like that and still be edible? Mario nods his head with a face that says, "Oh yeah!" Parakarry, amazed. Wow! All this time I thought you could only do it with a plunger. The door opens and
No.
the door opens and slams. Parakarry. Hey, Casanova. How's your time with Daisy? Luigi.
Do me a favor and just not talk to me.
Luigi walks off sadly as the studio audience goes, "Aww."
Who are you people? Mario, the voices are getting louder! I need my medication again!
Parakarry. Oh, come on, Luigi. Oh, come on, Luigi. We were just having some fun. Parakarry walks into the kitchen after Luigi. What's the matter with you anyway? Luigi, lifting his head out of his pile of Oreo cookies in a whiny voice. Lifting his head out of his pile of Oreo cookies in a whiny
The
voice.
boyfriend! And someone licked the middle out of every Oreo cookie!
Luigi plops his head down again. Parakarry. Oh, you really like this girl, don't you? Luigi not pulling his head out.
Too muffled?
Yeah, I couldn't hear that at all. Thank you. Parakarry. Well, I'm gonna help you win her heart. With my help, she won't be able to resist you. Are you with me? Luigi, not lifting his head up. Hey! Are you breathing? Oh no.
And Luigi's dead. That's the end.
Yeah, the entire rest of the series is just purgatory. The next morning, Parakarry. Mail call!
No, it's Luigi returning.
What?
I was saying it's just Luigi killing himself so he can return home. And by that I mean hell.
Oh no. The next
Really
morning.
not much different from where he is right now.
The next morning, Parakarry. Mail call! Nope. Sorry, Nova dropped for a moment. Let's see. Mail call. Nobody comes out the door. I said mail call! Still no answer. Parakarry goes into the house. Sorry, what'd you say, Nova?
Don't say anything.
Oh, well, I heard background. I heard some sort of feedback. Let's see. Parakarry goes into the house. Where's Luigi? He points to the kitchen. Parakarry goes into the kitchen to find a repulsive Luigi slumped over in the fridge door. Great Goombas, what are you doing? Luigi.
Drowning my sorrows in chocolate fudge. Oh, I had actual water. I could have made that better.
That's fine. Thank you, Chewbacca.
Transforming into a Wookiee.
Yeah. Harry.
I didn't know this was a Star Wars crossover.
Soon, Harry, soon.
Few episodes from now. Hopefully. That's a joke. Gonna happen.
Harry. Well, you better clean yourself up, because today you'll be battling for Daisy's love, Luigi.
Huh?
I swear it's not a trick this time. You have to be at the warehouse at 3 o'clock p.m. for your duel,
Duel?
Luigi.
Believe me, I am fully prepared for this. This is not my first time taking a human life. And it certainly won't be the last.
Harry. That's what Charming called it. I'm sure it won't be an actual sword fight. Well, I'll give it 50-50. Or more likely 90-10. Fine, it's a sword fight. What else do you want me? What else do you want? What else do you want from me aside from coherent sentences? Luigi.
Way out.
Harry.
Actually,
Dude.
you know what? Did you guys know that I invented the gun? Hold on, let me show you.
Oh no. Let's see, Harry. Dude, if you're back out now, you may never have another chance at Daisy's love. So are you going to chicken out and spend every night of your life wishing you had gone? Or are you going to duel with Charmin and take the risk of being killed while trying to impress Daisy even though there's only a small chance of her liking you back? Luigi is silent. That's what I thought.
As he puts his gun back in his pocket.
Meanwhile, at the warehouse, Luigi walking into the dark, empty warehouse.
Coming? I know you're in here, so stop trying to freak me out.
Luigi lights up his plastic Star Wars lightsaber toy. Okay, there's a crossover.
I'm not scared, so you might as well cut it out.
And loud voice. Where 3 contestants sit behind a wall and answer questions from our lovely contestant. And whoever she chooses will get a fabulous date with our lucky girl. And now, here's your host, Prince Peasley! Prince Peasley.
Oh shit. We maybe should have cast this beforehand, which I say every episode.
I'll handle him. Not sure what he'd sound like. Hello and welcome to studio audience. Everyone now together. Wow! Oh!
Choosing!
Yeah!
That was fan-fucking-tastic, everyone. Good job. Great work, guys.
Peasley. Today's contestants are Yoshi. Spotlight reveals Yoshi from the darkness. Yoshi! Peasley. Prince Charming. Prince Charming.
Hello, ladies.
Women in the
You're
audience.
so fucking good at this role.
Women in the audience. Prince Peasley. And Luigi. Luigi.
Hey, ladies.
Women in the audience. Ew.
I am literally just a taller version of my brother. There is no reason you should be more disgusted by me. I swear to God, I'm going to create a subreddit for virgins like me to express my immeasurable hatred of women.
Prince Peasley.
And there, he instantly loses. Because
Prince
he couldn't keep misogyny in check.
Prince Peasley. And now, let's bring our fair maiden out to the stage, Princess Daisy. Studio audience, yay! You suck!
Why are you cheering for her? She's a fucking recolor! I swear to God! Public television. And I'm assuming it's to mock me. Seen the end of that one movie with the clown. I forgot the name of it, but I swear to God I will recreate it.
Oh gosh, this is only on this show can we do this. Prince Peasley.
When I come out, could you introduce me as Mr. L?
Since she just came from our soundproof room, Daisy has no idea who these guys are. Not even their names are known to her. Let's get started from the first question, Daisy. Daisy, if you had a choice between me and freedom, which would you choose? Yoshi? Yoshi? Translator? Freedom? Prince Charming?
Some things are better than freedom.
Studio audience? Yeah! Luigi?
It depends which one will provide more doodle cakes.
Daisy? If I were kidnapped by a monster, what would you do? Yoshi? Yoshi! Translator? Get Mario. Luigi?
Fine.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
And that was mine. Curse you for ruining the comedic timing of that.
You're welcome, buddy. Charming.
Who? Oh, God! God damn it, I forgot the medication. The voices of that.
I would, of course, fight my way to the ends of the earth for you.
Studio audience, more cheering. Oh my gosh, yes! Have my babies! Luigi.
Sign my tax returns!
Luigi.
Oh, come on! He has those lines written on his hand! How do you know he's not just saying that?
Charming.
Well, if you kidnap Princess Daisy, then we'd find out, wouldn't we?
Studio audience.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh shit! Okay, I
Luigi.
was going for like a rapper hype man. That's probably more accurate to what it was.
Luigi.
That retort doesn't even make sense.
Toadette in the audience. Who cares? He's totally hot! Women in the audience cheer and agree. Oh gosh. Yeah, I agree.
I will
Alright.
pay you $500 to have sex with my wife, Prince Charming.
Daisy, if you had a gross mustache that you thought was sexy, would you shave it off for me? Yoshi. Yoshi! Translator. Sure. Charming.
Of course.
Luigi.
I feel personally attacked.
Good.
Hey, whoa, hey! Not going out yet, and you're already asking me to shave off Bob?
Charming.
Mustache Bob.
Luigi.
Well, I was tied between Bob and Luigi Jr., and I already named another part of my body that last one.
Oh no. Charming scoots his chair away. I should also inform everyone who is not reading along that was an ad-lib from Tanner.
Hilarious. R-tie. Click, click.
Prince Peasley. It's time to choose. It's time to choose, Daisy. Who do you want to go out with? Daisy. I really liked number 2, so I think I'll go with him, Prince Peasley. Well, here he is. Wall rises. Prince Charming! A good choice, I would like to add. Daisy. Ew! I'm not gonna date my cousin! And everyone, all together now, everyone. Cousin!
Then
Great timing. Oh yeah, Yoshi. Yoshi! Translator. Like, redundant translator. Cousin. Luigi.
wait, so you guys aren't going out?
No, of course not. Why would you think that?
Because he was over at your house, and I am not savvy to the genre of TV sitcoms.
He's staying with me for the week while his castle gets repaired.
You two were talking about what you two would do as this is a fucking tongue twister, as queen and king.
Of our own countries. We were sharing ideas so we could be even better royalty.
Oh, so why did Charming even come on the show?
It feels like you from dating my dear cousin. I mean, what's up with naming your mustache?
Shut the
That's
fuck
enough.
up, Nova, I mean Charming.
That's enough, Charming. That's enough, Charming. I don't need you protecting me, especially from someone I kinda like. Everyone except for Daisy. Huh?
Huh?
Daisy? Well, he's kinda cute, and no one else makes me laugh as much as him. Luigi.
Oh, do you want to go get a mocha with me then?
Sure. Daisy leaves with Luigi, who can't believe this is really happening. Prince Peasley, who was shocked. Well, I guess you have it. She went out with Luigi and Bob, even though she chose Charming, who turned out to be her cousin. And all the while, Luigi was carrying both of their babies. The camera pans to show Yoshi leaving the studio. Yes, the camera pans to show Yoshi leaving the studio with baby Daisy and baby Luigi on his back. I like that visual pun. Peasley, tune in next time, where we'll hopefully have a normal show. Good night. As he leaves the stage in disbelief. End chapter.
Whoa, that was a thing that happened.
Yep. I did like the visual pun with the babies.
Yeah.
Oh my.
That was fun. I don't really like stuff that's written as like a script, but the actual content of the story was fun.
Yeah, I'm not sure when the story drops a script format, like, I don't know when.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Oh, Orchard Star, thanks for the follow. Hope you enjoy the rest of the story time.
I think, excuse me. When did it stop?
Yeah, we have someone watching us at the moment.
Welcome. It does stop, but I think it ends like around chapter 15.
Oh, okay. Well, it's fine. I'm still enjoying it. It's just, script format doesn't really translate the best for like written stories usually.
I'm generally fine reading it. It's just reading it aloud is a different thing.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird.
Like, yeah, I'm like, I trust you. Well, Tanner's not here. He had to drop briefly, but I trust you. I trust Tanner and Nova to read along so they can jump in as necessary, so I don't have to call out the character names every time. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone actually enjoys that.
Yeah, I say this mainly because I used to write like this, and I didn't realize how not how non-intuitive it is, or like it doesn't really work well a lot of the time. So yeah, that's my only real
Like a-
complaint. That's only my only real complaint with this. Besides that, it was fun.
Like it works well enough for the group chat story.
Yeah, there's specific things it can work for. Like group chat stories work fine because you're basically writing what would essentially turn into a transcript. So that makes sense.
Yeah, the story's whole gimmick, so to speak, is that Luigi suffers, but he came out all right in this chapter.
Yeah, he came out on top. Is he? I doubt that's gonna be the norm.
It's not. It's really not.
Sad times.
So I guess have considered this the payback for Luigi being kind of psychotic in my story.
Alright.
Yes, we will read chapter 2 when Tanner comes back.
Oh, okay. That's for a minute I thought you were doing like a alternate version of the Mario U menu theme.
I thought he was doing the Monty Python intermission theme.
I was.
Oh.
I've only heard the first few seconds, so I couldn't recognize the rest. God dang, Splatoon's enemies are ugly. Absolute carnage.
Yeah, this is a bit of a hot mess right now.
Oh, when did Orchid Star join? Like, just as we finished reading?
I don't know, but they just gave me a follow like a minute ago, so...
Oh, we hope you enjoy the rest of the show, Orchid Star.
Yeah, they're still here. They haven't said anything in chat, but they are watching.
I forgot how long it took for them to remove away from the script format.
No, that's fine. I'm still enjoying it. It's not like a deal breaker for me. It's just something I've noticed. I mean, I think I'd have more issue with that if I was reading it myself. Listening to it be like read out isn't as much of an issue for me. Where did Tanner go anyway?
He had computer issues.
Oh, okay. Whee. Okay.
Welcome back, Tanner.
Oh, he's back.
I guess I'm using my phone because my computer shut down.
Oh, you sound fine.
Anything can
so-
happen at story time.
Yep.
So do we want to read chapter 2 of Luigi here?
Yep. Nice.
Yes, we will
I really like
read
how
the
that.
second chapter and then we can. Pardon?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, I thought that was the plan, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should be doing chapter
I will say my review of this chapter is, ouch.
2. I enjoyed the ad-libbing.
What?
I enjoyed the ad-libbing you did.
Oh, that was great. I mean, I thought it was. But I'm fucking hilarious, you know. I like how this is an entire Jesus, hold on. Let me drink water. I like that somebody adapted me and Nova's entire relationship into the Mario universe. Where he's just better at me than everything and more confident and
Jeez.
probably more likable and funnier and
I mean, the Prince Charming character isn't going to be in any other chapters as far as I can remember.
Okay.
Chads.
Yeah, Charming is a Chad.
Bitch should change her name to Princess Stacy with the way she's acting.
So, anyway, let's see. Second chapter will introduce the second chapter of the story will introduce one of the recurring original characters of this story. So yeah, there's your tab. Nova, you want to voice Dexter?
Of course.
Thank you.
Alright.
This is chapter 2 of the L stands for loser. Pruned and laxatives.
Oh boy. This already sounds like just a wonderful time, like just a real thrilling hour of entertainment here.
I know.
Knowing
Anyways,
us,
on to the show.
entire hour too.
What did you say?
Knowing us, it'll probably actually be an hour too.
Probably. Chapter 2. Luigi, sitting at the kitchen table with Mario.
So, have you met our new Toad neighbors yet? Also, should I call them that, or is that racist?
Mario shakes his head no.
Oh, okay, so it's not racist.
Okay, you weren't here for my spiel. I'm gonna probably drop the character and call outs if we can follow along.
Okay. I'm just gonna get my water here.
Alright.
Oh! Here he comes now!
Oh, I think you skipped a line.
Oh, they have the cutest kid. Great taste! He looks up to me as a hero. Here he comes now!
Hey, guinea pig. I mean, Luigi.
Mario, what is he even doing? He's like, he just has emote faces for his dialogue.
Luigi speak perfect English, meanwhile Mario never learned to speak?
Hey, Luigi, check it out. I made a little robot that corrects your language. It even looks like Super Motron from Super Robot Koopa Team Megaforce Go. Try it out.
I understood that reference. You want to try that on Mario? I've been trying to teach him English since he was born. Me like liquor soda.
Robot. Correction. I like soda.
Oh, really? Well, here you go, little buddy. Oh shit, that's the liquor. Hold on.
Luigi pours Chocola Cola into the robot's mouth. Malfunction. The robot starts to jerk wildly with sparks flying.
You ruined it. I hate you. I never want to see your retarded face again.
Yeah, I did not remember this. This is... For fudge's sake, I read through the first chapter, I did not read through the second.
Motherfucker, you've been on this show with me long enough. And I say stuff, shit like this all the time. Mostly to myself.
Yes, and I chastise you for it.
I know. And I have yet to care, motherfucker.
Yeah, but please don't. It's not.
No,
it's
that's-
Harry's channel. I don't think he cares for it much himself.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
2008 humor, 2008 humor, folks. Dexter storms out of the house crying.
He loves me.
As annoying as Luigi was, Dexter did learn to love the guy for the silly green idiot he was. Soon he looked up to Luigi almost as his own brother, and Luigi was excited that he finally had a fan, and soon a brotherly bond was formed. Meanwhile, at Dexter's house,
What cartoon this whole fic is referencing?
Dexter's dad. So you wish to take my son to the Super Robot Koopa Team Mega Go movie? I just have a few questions first.
Ask away, sir.
What do you do for a living?
Jesus. I don't know why this line broke me. I stay at home and live off the earnings of my brother. The earnings my brother gets from saving the princess all the time. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm not helping my case, am I?
Yeah, hold on. My pencil needs sharpening.
Ugh. Sorry, I was taking a drink of water. But, you know, take your time, sir. Please.
Dexter descends from the stairs.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Oh, thank God.
Luigi notices the death glare from Dexter's dad.
Miss. Let's go, now.
Meanwhile, at the movies,
Oh boy, 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 oh boy!
Shut up! Kid, you know. I'm trying to
Oh
watch
gosh,
the
Bowser.
video.
Shh,
Pass
oh,
the law.
gosh. I cannot with this character anymore. Shh. Shh. Shut up! I'm trying to watch a video.
Bowser, I'm sorry, I can't read.
Shut up. Shut up. I'm trying to watch the previews. There's nothing worse than a guy that won't let other people watch the movies.
You know they do
Bowser's
the
team.
smoking in the theater, right?
Bowser's theme song ringtone plays over his phone. Bowser answers the phone. Yes. Yeah, I'll pick up some milk. All right. I'll get some eggs too. I love you too, Claudia. What? What? Speak louder! I said speak!
Shut up! The movie's starting, for Christ's sake!
Hold on, honey. I'll text message you. The camera zooms in on Bowser's pathetic attempt to press. The camera zooms in on Bowser's pathetic attempt to press the tiny keys. No, no, no! Bowser's claw pierces the cell phone and breaks it. Darn it! The audience. Shh. The movie was a cinematic experience like nothing Luigi had ever experienced before. He wanted to scream in total agony, heave every meal he ever had, and attack every living being that had any part. He wanted to scream in total agony, heave every meal he ever had, and attack every living being that had any part of creating the monstrosity that laid before his eyes.
God, our interpretation of him might be canon.
The entire theater was almost cleared by the end of the opening credits. It was completely empty by the end of the intro. It was commissioned for demolition by Princess Peach by the climax, and was bulldozed by before the credits rolled. It was that bad.
Oh, so
Oh
what's
my
the
God.
name?
Look, I'm so sorry I accidentally took you to a screening of Cats. I promise I'll make it up to you.
What were you saying, Nova?
Oh, I'm just saying. Oh, so it must have been the Emoji Movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, we both went easy jokes.
Peach standing at the rubbled remains of the Cinemaplex.
Fellow Shroomians, this is a dark day, but we must learn to forget the bad days and look toward the bright future. As for now, though, I would like to take a moment to remember the lives that were lost in this horrible ordeal.
Oh boy.
Meanwhile, Toad was in the back of the crowd, whimpering, before he dropped to his knees and said,
Shut up, that's my catchphrase, you little mushroom piece of shit! God, this asshole.
I heard like the beginning of the wah, and then like your mic just cut out, which is perfect.
I worked it like a bit about Waluigi, but it didn't even come in.
I heard Waluigi, but like Toad's scream like cut out like half a second in.
That's probably because I'm on my phone mic.
Cut to the Mario Brothers living room.
It was that bad, Mario. No, seriously, the show was an animated series, but they used real-life actors. But enough about Last Airbender. And they weren't even Koopas! They were humans in cheap fabric, crudely cut into the shape of a Koopa.
Mario's deeply disturbed expression displayed the innermost feelings of fear and disgust of what was being described to him.
The only writer was the same one for The Adventures of Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and Bob Saget played the lead. And I didn't know he still had a career, to be honest.
Mario leaps from his seat covering his ears. Oh gosh. Mario runs into the other...
Mario, get down!
That was a noise, alright.
There's a pterodactyl in our house.
Mario runs into the other... Mario runs into the other room and locks the door behind him. Soft crying and whimpering is heard.
Poor guy. He didn't even hear the opening title theme written and performed by Raven Simone. Oh wow, this was written back in 2008.
Yes, it was. Phone rings. Luigi picking up the phone.
Hello?
Luigi, it's Dexter's father. What happened to my son?
What do you mean?
After he came home from the movie, he's been acting weird. He won't eat. He won't sleep. And he just stares off into space with a weird look on his face all day. We're worried that the movie may have traumatized him.
I'll see what's wrong with him.
He travels to Dexter's house. Meanwhile, in Dexter's room,
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Dexter not looking at Luigi.
Hi, Luigi.
So,
What accent is that?
I feel like you're trying to imitate Dexter from Dexter's Lab, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I was like hearing something entirely different.
I was expecting that to be the thing you're gonna go for.
Alright, sorry, Tanner. Luigi.
So, how about that Koopa movie, eh?
Oh, yeah. It was good.
Meanwhile, in the living room,
Oh yeah, there is definitely something wrong with him.
Dexter's mom. Oh, is he going to be okay?
It's too early to tell. I'll need further studying to come to an accurate conclusion. Please let me study your child after I've already traumatized him. It's not weird.
Meanwhile, at the McGulpers Ice Cream Emporium,
So, how's capitalized school been?
Mm-hmm.
Any new hobbies?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know your coconut swirl is dripping on your new favorite shirt?
Mm-hmm.
What is wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking at?
Dexter pointing ahead.
Her.
Who? Oh, at the cute blonde?
No, that is a dude. I'm pointing to the table over. Her name is Sophia, and she's the prettiest, smartest, funniest.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. When did you meet Sophia?
At the movie. Oh, she's so pretty. Lately, all I could think about was her. Looking at her, talking to her, holding hands with her.
Luigi's Luigi's deeply disturbed expression displayed the innermost feelings of fear and disgust of what was being described to him.
Every time she's around, my hands get clammy, and I can't talk normally. And I have to use all of my willpower not to place my lips against her warm, apple-flavored lips as I hold her in a passionate embrace, allowing the universe and its burdens around me to melt into a pool of pure ecstasy and euphoria as we share a deep and true display of love for the world to see.
Luigi leaps from his seat, covering his ears.
I don't know what Toad is scared of, but
Luigi runs into the other room and locks the door. Soft crying and whimpering is heard. Toad employee. Okay, so it's gonna be me then? Alright.
I had to get water.
Let's see. Toad employee. Louis. Screw it. Luigi, you've already been told twice that you're not allowed in the freezer. And Tanner, tread lightly on this. Luigi in the window with an ice cream bucket on his head. Back in Dexter's living room. Dexter's mom. How bad is it, Doctor?
it's worse than I had imagined. I'm afraid your son
Camera zooms in on Luigi's dramatic face.
is dead. Oh, sorry. I meant in love. And there's only one cure.
What? Oh my. Dexter dancing. Dexter dancing into the room.
I got the date! I got the date!
That.
That's great, son. Now all you have to do is go on an entire date without screwing anything up. And I mean not a single thing, or else it will haunt you for the rest of your life. You very well may spend every night after tonight awake in your bed, wondering if things would have been different if you hadn't screwed up. Dear son, how long are you going on your date? An hour? The most embarrassing moments happen within a single second. That's a lot of opportunities to mortally embarrass and scar your mortal soul in a monumental incident that may very well be passed down through many generations of people who were there.
Jesus!
People. But thanks to the internet and
this guy needs to chill a little bit. Jeez.
But thanks to the internet and camera phones, your humiliation can be passed through many generations worldwide. Wouldn't that be something? Dexter reacts with stunned silence.
Oh.
At the Le Fire Flower, I am so sorry.
Are you sure about this, Luigi? It's been done a million times, and not once has it gone right.
Well, did you ever... I'm sorry, I've been drinking. Messes with my throat. Luckily, I have this water that I pulled out of thin air. Have I ever told you about my demonic powers? Well, did you see all those attempts at having someone tell someone else what to do through walkie-talkie on TV?
Yes.
Well, TV isn't real.
Do you even know anything about girls?
Of course, like how to cry yourself to sleep when they reject you, and how to stutter on joke deliveries. Fine, I don't. But I had my brother Mario write down some instructions. Oh shit.
Luigi holds up a piece of paper.
I forgot he was illiterate. Oh, here she comes. Good luck, buddy.
Luigi dives behind the salad bar.
Hi, Sophia.
Oh, hi, Dexter. Thanks for the dinner.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Meanwhile, at the table, Luigi snuck to.
Alright, let's test this puppy out. Set the dial to chapter 9, CH9. Oh shit, Mario's illiteracy is rubbing off on me. Test signal. Hey, Dexter, are you there?
Yeah, she's talking about lip gloss or something.
Let's see, that's his background noise from Sophia. Oh, you have no idea the torment I went through when they discontinued the bubblegum pop flavor. I spent days finding the shade that matched my skin tone.
Hey, pay attention, Dex. It's number 3 on the list. Don't fall asleep during her lecture/story.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
A waiter walks up to the table. May I take your order, sir?
No. No thanks. I'm just helping out my pal.
Well, if you don't order something, I'm going to have to kick you out.
Fine, I'll have a pie or something.
What kind?
Mushroom?
As unbelievable as it is, we are out of the mushroom pie. Might I suggest key lime instead?
Sure, whatever. Now go!
I'm sorry. We are out of the key lime pie. Might I suggest...
Look! Just get me some dang pie, okay? I don't care what it is!
Right away, sir.
Uh-oh. Now she's asking me what I would do in her situation.
The list says sometimes the best answer is her answer, so just agree to whatever she did.
Okay. Now she wants to know what my second choice would have been.
The list suggests asking her what she would have done and agreeing with that too.
That's pretty good. Thanks, Luigi.
I don't see why this is so hard for TV to pull off.
Your pie, sir. You know, you just got the last slice of pie in the entire restaurant. You should consider yourself very lucky.
Thanks!
Luigi takes a bite out of the cake.
I ordered a pie, damn it!
Loud gurgling emits from Luigi's stomach.
I like that's labeled as a character. That's what Luigi named his tapeworm. What pie is this? It tastes kind of funky.
That would be the chef's specialty. Prune and chocolate surprise.
Prune and chocolate?
Actually, we ran out of our fine Swiss chocolate, so we substituted it with chocolate laxatives.
Oh boy, we are in for some comedic shenanigans with this, aren't we?
Loud gurgling emits from Luigi's stomach, even louder this time.
You hear my tapeworm isn't enjoying it either. Mind pointing me to the restroom?
The waiter points to the back of the room.
Thanks.
Luigi walks towards the restroom at a quick pace.
Get out of the way! Full load coming through! Hurry!
Meanwhile, at Dexter's table. Which is why I will never trust dolphins ever again.
Wow, that must have stunk.
It did. I still have nightmares about it. Every night.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah. You don't like dolphins, do you? Dexter knocks a fork off of the table.
Oops, I dropped my utensil again. Excuse me for a moment.
Dexter ducks under the table.
Luigi, she just told me a horrific dolphin story, and then asked me what I thought of dolphins.
Just agree with what she said. Yeah! Oh, these laxatives are working overtime.
What?
You don't want to know. Just say you ate dolphins too.
But I love dolphins. Doesn't the list say I should be totally honest with her?
I wouldn't know.
What? How could you not know? You have the list right there in your hand.
Look, this bathroom had no toilet paper and... Yeah. Oh, wow, that actually was the joke. Yeah, about that. I chose the only stall with no TP, and the list was in my hand. Instinct took over before I could have a second thought. So, looks like we're gonna have to wing it. Oh, I am so glad I am wearing gloves.
So how should I answer? Because if I'm not honest, then it could easily bite me in the real end of it later. But if I tell her I do like dolphins, then maybe she'll hate me forever.
Just don't answer her! Just look her in the eyes for a while. It'll make you look all cool and mysterious. Oh, Jesus Christ!
You think that'll work?
I don't see why not. Whoa! Ah! These laxatives made from chain chomps?
Made 4 chain chomps.
Made 4 chain chomps? Both of those apply in this scenario.
Oh, gosh. Dexter comes back out from under the table. So, what do you think about dolphins? Dexter? like an answer, Dexter.
It's not
Dexter
working.
with... Yeah.
I
Did you
said
already...
it's not working. I said it's not working.
Oh, then maybe she wants a very opinionated person. Try disagreeing with everything she says.
This better work.
The waiter walks up to the table. May I take your order? Sure. Sophia looks over the menu. Sea shrimp sounds good.
No, it doesn't.
Excuse me.
Sea shrimp is about the nastiest thing ever. What kind of idiot would eat that stuff?
I love shrimp, and I'm not stupid for liking shrimp.
Oh, this is gonna go horribly wrong, I can tell.
Says who? Shrimp eaters?
You know, on second thought, I'm too disgusted right now to eat.
Are you kidding? I could eat a horse and its rider right now. Waiter, bring me 10 pounds of your finest food that is not shrimp.
Yes, sir. The waiter leaves. Jerk.
No, you're the jerk, you shrimp lover.
Excuse me, I have to use the restroom. Sophia gets up and walks to the back of the restaurant.
I doubt it.
Dexter brings out his walkie-talkie.
That didn't work at all.
Really? Jeez. What does that woman want?
I don't know, but you sure don't know anything about women, do you?
Not really. But I do know women like men who can make them laugh. Do you know any jokes?
Yeah, but I'm not sure.
I don't care. Just tell them, okay?
But they're... Oh, hi, Sophia.
Dexter hides the walkie-talkie. Hello. Sophia sits down.
Oh my god. These fucking... Oh, this really was written in 2008.
Yeah.
Your mama saw that you...
I will
Your mama-
say, men
your mama-
women in comedy, I had to fight back some jokes that Nova would approve of, but Scrappy absolutely wouldn't.
We thank you for your sacrifice.
Anyway, your mama so fat she could tat on the rainbow and squeeze out Skittles.
Wait, what?
Your mama's so ugly, whenever she walks by a toilet, it flushes.
Hey, that's...
Your mama's so short she could sit on the curb and swing her legs.
Dexter, I don't.
Your mama's so stupid, she brought a ruler to bed with her so she could see how long she slept. And eat shrimp.
Alright, no, that's it, Dexter. I never want to see your face again.
But...
I am so out of here. Sophia storms out of the restaurant.
Oh, please come back. No!
Here's that 10-pound lobster you ordered, sir. The waiter slams the beast of a sea crustacean onto the table. That'll be that'll be 210 plus tip.
What? I can't afford these.
Oh, then I guess I'll see you in the kitchen washing the dishes then. The waiter throws a hairnet at him.
Is that legal?
Oh, man.
At Luigi's table several hours later, Luigi crawling to the table.
There you are.
Shouldn't your date be over by now?
That did hours ago when I had to eat 10 pounds of lobster after insulting my date. And why are you crawling?
Hurts too much to walk. Shouldn't you be home by now?
No, I had to wash 210 dishes because of you.
Dexter throws his hairnet throws his hairnet angrily at Luigi.
I hate you.
Wait,
Dexter leaves the restaurant angrily.
wait. Can you give me a ride home? Please? Dexter?
The manager, not noticing Luigi sprawled on the floor. Quitting time! The manager turns out the lights and locks the door.
Well, at least I have this delicious pie to eat that will not at all set up any comedic scenarios.
Luigi takes a bite. Loud gurgling emits from Luigi's stomach yet again.
Oh no. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba.
I'm assuming that's the end of the chapter.
Yes,
Yeah.
end of chapter.
I feel bad for Dexter.
Some fun little sitcomies and poopy jokes.
Yeah, just... I feel bad for Dexter. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, you were freaking out when Dexter's dad was given the riot act.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And also Luigi having a legendary bowel movement.
Uh-huh.
That was
Yeah.
something.
Very highbrow humor here. I act like our humor is any better.
Yeah, that was certainly something. I wasn't expecting all of that.
I
Some
wasn't.
dated elements from 2008 aside, I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those didn't bother me that much.
Mm.
But it is very sitcom humor. It's definitely formatted in like a sitcom,
Yeah.
but it's a good one. It does serve that purpose well. I think there are some noticeable grammar errors. I imagine this was written when they were very young.
I have no idea how old Whimzilla was when this was written.
But I also kind of worry. I also felt weird that this is clearly supposed to be like Dexter from Dexter's Lab, but they don't play up the inventor part until after the first chapter. I mean, after like that first half, he shows off the robot, and then that's never really shown again.
Wait, was this legitimately meant to be Dexter's Lab Dexter?
I don't think so.
Because I'm pretty I thought that was just, wait, what?
Considering
it's just
he's-
supposed to be a generic smart guy name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he's meant to be. Maybe the name is a shout out, but I don't think it's meant to be a Toad version of Dexter from the cartoon.
Probably not, yeah. I'd imagine Dexter's a semi, popular name, I don't know.
It's a fairly common name. Like,
The show with the funny serial killer.
Mm.
Is that itself is a dated reference?
oh yeah, yeah. I hope you enjoyed the name drop of Bob Saget, because that is a running gag in this series.
Oh,
Okay.
That's like
Alright.
the one thing I remember from the series.
Oh.
Right?
Luigi has a burning hatred of Bob Saget for some reason.
Nice.
He knows what he's done. He used to be edgy and raunchy, and then he went on Full House in America's Funniest Home Videos, and it was never the same. Or was that in a reverse order? I'm not sure.
Mm.
I mean,
That was just a famous party, famous show he played in. No, but he's still raunchy. He's still...
Oh, good, good, good.
like he
like
literally
he-
did Half Baked after Full House.
Yeah.
I used to suck toes for Coke.
Mm.
Have
He even
you
makes
ever
fun.
sucked toes for Coke?
Oh man. We got anything else to say about the story?
Yeah. I did my vetting halfway through for once. I read the first I reread the first chapter, didn't reread the second until today.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're not reading this again until I've actually read through the next batch.
Okay, fair. Yeah, I enjoyed
Proceeds to
that.
read it. Proceeds to read the story on live, anyways. But
Yeah, I
I'm
enjoyed
tired.
that. Like, some of it was, huh?
Nothing.
I was just gonna say, some of it was kind of difficult to listen to, but I feel like that was kind of the point of it.
Well, it was like this one in particular is like cringe comedy.
Yeah, it's like
And that
you
is
know bad things like
kind of hurt for me too.
it's like you know bad things are gonna happen, but you enjoy it anyway.
It's particular because it's embarrassing, so you
Yeah.
just feel bad for the characters and might even relate to certain scenarios.
Mm. Yeah, I can agree with that.
like, why did like no one explains why the pie is just made out of prunes and laxatives?
Like, why
Well,
would
they
you
did
do
explain
that?
that. They did. They
Like-
were out of ingredients.
Wow.
They
Like,
were out of chocolate, like regular chocolate, but prune seems to be the primary ingredient, anyways.
Mm.
why would you?
Like, the universe just exists to screw Luigi over.
Yeah, it's
Uh-huh.
like there's no other reason you put laxatives in there. Like,
Oh, a wacky comedic scenario for Luigi there.
jeez.
Good thing I'm wearing gloves.
Oh dear.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Tanner. As
Mhm.
painful as the premises can be at points.
Oh, yeah.
Really, Luigi got off easy in these 2 chapters compared to what comes next.
I had
Yeah.
fun. I had fun doing it. I hope
Mhm.
my
Yes.
ad lib didn't bog anything down.
No, not really. You did fine.
Why are you clapping? She's a recolor.
Haha. Freak. Good
I-
lord.
Like it. I did have fun. Just going. It's always fun to put my. I think Super Mario Show Luigi kind of just wound up infecting this and combining with like this weird enraged incel.
Hmm.
Oh gosh. I need to resume writing Super Mario Show.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
Yes, my story is not dead, folks. It'll be back eventually.
I should actually try writing something. Because I haven't done that in, like, years.
We can write Love Life together, Harry. It'll be great.
Oh Christ.
You know you're gonna read it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to doing that, but we need, like, an actual premise.
I can think of a few.
Well, that's my issue with something. Like, I would love to write something, but I have, like, no ideas.
Yeah, that would probably help.
Yes, we just need to have a story time group writing session. It will be
That would go
I'd
horribly
actually-
wrong.
I would that actually sounds really fun.
We
Can
should
I go in
do.
there and just fucking destroy the room, please?
We should just do have a
We need-
fanfic of C's brain trying to write a fanfic.
we should all co-write that together.
I'm not sure if it'll be good, but it might be entertaining.
No, I highly doubt it.
We should do it for April Fools.
We should. I should have saved Darker Night for April Fools.
Well, maybe we can get something even better.
No.
Nothing will top Darker Night. That's my favorite episode of the show.
Okay.
It's gonna be Dead Face.
Uh-huh.
Oh man. So, what are we doing now? Because, surprisingly enough, we're actually at the 1 hour 25-minute mark. So I don't know if we are gonna actually
I'm sorry
do
for
more.
slowing
Or...
everything I did.
No, you didn't really slow it down that much. You did fine.
Well, if Nova is still up for it, then we can read just maybe 2 chapters of Erika.
Yeah, I actually should probably go.
Alright, well, you've done your part, thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Right. Oh dear, does everyone have Erika up? Erika, the story up?
I mean, I don't, but I assume I'm fine.
Who speak like, oh yeah, we have a fair deal of gym leaders in this.
Hmm.
We wanted Ethan and Tanner, but Ethan couldn't show and Tanner seemed to be busy with something. Oh dear. So yeah, it's down to Nova if he wants to wait till like Monday or just do chapters today.
I mean, we're gonna do it anyway, so.
Alright, then we'll just try so much as we can.
Right.
We passed the halfway point last. Let me rephrase that. The last time we read Erika, we passed the halfway point and saw Erika and Sabrina's relationship bud into a happy romance. Now we return with the chapter 11, communication. When I greeted the new week, part of me was anxious that nothing would ever be the same again. Not just because my social life would be fundamentally different now, but because each day without her could be a complete drag.
In actuality, it wasn't so bad. The day we enjoyed together in Celadon served as a wonderful icebreaker, and it reassured me that I wasn't mistaken in my feelings for her. Her affection towards me.
I'm sorry if I have to say this. In actuality, I didn't think it was all that great.
Was that a reference to something?
Homestar Runner, I believe.
I think so. I had to say that. I'm sorry. Continue.
The date we enjoyed together in Celadon served as a wonderful icebreaker and reassured me that I wasn't mistaken in my feelings for her.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, her affection towards me felt real too, no longer like a dream. After that, the working days became easier, much easier than last week. I was more cool, calm, and confident in both presentation and in battle. Back to feeling sort of like myself again, I suppose. Oh, what a relief, I thought aloud as I fed Evie one morning. Girlfriend likes me, and I don't feel like a human disaster for once. I giggled and petted him affectionately. Erika encouraged things to stay relaxed between us too. I was surprisingly not that worried about it, but she called me Tuesday evening anyway, ahead of our usual Wednesday meetup.
You sure you're okay? I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable tomorrow.
She fanned herself a little nervously. I'm not worried, I shrugged. You said yourself we were already quite intimate before we started dating. We'll just be ourselves. And I was being honest. I saw no reason to behave differently to normal around Erika with friends around. We already found it easy to chat. We laughed together. No one no one who knew us had a problem with that before, so why would they now?
I'm I'm glad you feel that way.
Her body heaved as she sighed in relief.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow then.
She waved and grinned back at her before she hung up. It was nice that she was worried about me, but I hoped I wouldn't just keep causing her distress. I figured I would do my best to show her that I would be fine. It was just Jasmine, Erika, and I again like usual that week. And as usual, Erika and I sat closely to one another. Just being close to her and holding hands was fine. I understood that it was difficult to adjust when your social dynamic had changed. I feel like I understood that pretty well, actually. So, out of respect for Erika, I didn't show Jasmine any indication that we were dating.
So, Jasmine, sweetie, guess who got herself a girlfriend?
Erika went and spilled the poke beans anyway. For the briefest moment, Jasmine showed me the saddest expression I had ever seen from her. I was so taken aback by it that I completely forgot to blush at what Erika was saying. Erika wrapped an arm around me playfully.
Sabrina and I are dating. Feel free to feign surprise.
She grinned. Jasmine's expression relaxed considerably and she sighed as she smiled sweet.
That's so wonderful, you two.
Was she worried about me? I stared at her and tilted my head as I relaxed slightly into Erika's shoulder. I felt Erika sigh as she squeezed me a little, and the other two continued to chat away as my mind wandered. Why did she look at me like that? I repeated the thought. Why did she look at me like that? It was bugging me more than I cared to admit. I couldn't focus on enjoying myself. I had never seen anyone besides Erika or show that kind of earnest concern towards me before, and I wasn't sure how to process it. All my thoughts were how Erika got up.
I'm going to fetch some more tea.
And waddled off, leaving Jasmine and I alone. I continued to stare at Jasmine absentmindedly from across the table, and I'm sure she could tell, because she was beginning to avoid eye contact. Neither of us spoke, but I wanted to. I had to inquire. The only problem was, I didn't feel comfortable confronting her about something so petty. I barely even felt comfortable talking to her casually without Erika around. Without Erika nearby, I was still rather distant, formal, cold. So I formulated the question in my mind once more. Why did you look at me like that? Unfortunately, I focused too hard. I ended up actually sending her the thought telepathically. Stupid, stupid, stupid. She stood up in shock and looked at me, evidently understandably a little frightened.
Uh, um, I...
She stuttered as her face reddened. I winced at my own stupidity, feeling ashamed and panicked for causing her distress. Trying to quickly remedy the situation but prevent her from growing upset, I waved my hands in front of me and bowed my head slightly. Sorry, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Jasmine pouted and took a deep breath in.
If you want to ask me something, you need only ask. I,
She paused to collect herself.
we're friends, right?
Friends? I guess we were. I sighed to myself and rubbed my temple. I really am sorry. I wanted to ask you why you looked so sad earlier after what Erika said. From the point I communicated telepathically until now, she had probably figured out what I meant anyway, but I think she appreciated my attempt to fix things. She breathed in deeply again to calm herself further and sat back down again, trying to keep a smile on her face. Both of us seemingly found casual communication a lot more difficult without Erika there as our social anchor.
It's nothing important. I was just worried when Erika implied she was dating because, well, you always seem to really like her. I was worried she was dating someone besides you.
I blinked. You thought I liked her?
Yes. Uh, do you not?
Jasmine still seemed a little stressed out by the conversation, so I tried to tone down my inquisitive intonation. To be honest, I had no idea I liked her until just last week. I scratched my cheek, a little embarrassed. Jasmine's eyes widened curiously, and she opened her mouth to say something. Eventually, she responded.
Uh, um, if you don't mind my asking, how did you realize?
I smiled sheepishly as I thought back to just last week, which already felt like forever ago. Uh, Long story short, Erika told me we should date, and then she kissed me. Jasmine waved a hand over her mouth and blushed.
That's cute!
She squeaked excitedly. I laughed a little at her reaction. Gradually, the air around the conversation felt more relaxed. So, why were you worried that Erika was dating someone else? I still didn't understand Jasmine's concern for something that had nothing to do with her. Though the very idea that Erika could date someone else did cause a twinge of jealousy inside me.
Uh, um, because I thought it would make you sad if that happened?
Jasmine awkwardly rubbed her shoulder.
I was just scared it would really hurt you.
She was right that it would hurt, but more than anything, I was taken aback by your sympathy. Huh? I stared down at the table and avoided eye contact with her. I still wasn't used to receiving this kind of understanding from others, and didn't expect it to come from someone I had met through Erika. Either way, it seemed like both Erika and Jasmine knew I had feelings for Erika before I did. In all my years of effort to understand myself and my issues, some basic things still escape.
You, okay?
Jasmine piped up.
I apologize if I said something strange.
I looked back at her and sighed. She was still rubbing her shoulder. No, I'm happy. Uh, I actually I'm a little surprised that you afforded me that kind of care and understanding, even though we do not know each other very well. I smiled at her awkwardly and she pouted.
Sabrina, we are friends, aren't we? I care about you, this kind of thing. Your happiness is important to me.
She abruptly stood up and made herself walk over to me. Alarmed, my eyes followed her.
Look.
She pulled out a small scrap of paper and scribbled on it quickly.
My phone number. Calling Johto from Kanto isn't expensive, so if you ever want to talk, I would be happy to as well.
I took the number and blinked. Admittedly, I was trying to think of an objection, but I couldn't. I don't even know why I wanted to object. Thank you, Jasmine. You're very kind.
Sabrina, we're not just friends because Eric said we should be. If it's okay with you, I'd like us to be friends just because we get along and I care about you. Not just me, not just me, the other trainers we spent time with. I bet many of them care about you too.
To make eye contact with her again, but I forced myself and smiled at her gently. I was so embarrassed that this younger girl was so emotionally aware compared to me, but I was truly grateful to her. I'm glad I met you, Jasmine. You're a wonderful person, but I hope we'll continue to be friends. I beamed at her after mustering up the courage to speak my mind. Jasmine smiled back at me sweetly and rubbed her stressed-out eyes with her arm before returning to her seat. I realized that maybe Jasmine was a little like me. She found meaningful social interaction a little overwhelming in time. I ripped off a bit of the paper and scribbled my own phone number on, quickly passing it to Jasmine with a grin. A short while later, Erika finally returned carrying a tray of tea. Jasmine and I were happily chatting away between ourselves and our Pokemon.
Sorry I took so long.
Erika sighed wistfully with her hand to her cheek.
The tea may be a little bit cold. I got so distracted.
But she brightened up when she saw that Jasmine and I were talking to each other more comfortably. She sat down next to me again and gently ruffled my hair. You know I like my hair to stay straight. I pouted and jokingly shoved her on my shoulder. Erika giggled and decided she tried sorting out the mess she made of my hair.
What distracted you?
Jasmine asked Erika as she drank down some tea.
Oh,
Erika went a little red and fiddled with the handle of her cup.
to be honest, I'm a little embarrassed. I thought I heard a hum of unfamiliar bug Pokemon wings on my way back here. So I put the tea tray down and rushed off to the trees to see if there were really Heracross living around here now.
I laughed. That's so like you, Erika. To which she pouted.
And I let the tea get cold. I should have rushed back with the tea first.
It's not a big deal. I teasingly buffled her hair back. It's not about the tea. It's about us having a chance to take it easy once a week, right? Erika huffed as she tried to fix her own hair, but Jasmine nodded, grinning at me.
She's right. And by the way, Erika, if you want to more easily see Pokemon that live in the trees, you may need to have your Pokemon use a headbutt attack on them.
Erika sighed and smiled sheepishly.
I don't want to disturb them, really. Besides, none of my Pokemon are hard-headed like that.
We'll have to invite Whitney next time then, I joked calmly. Erika nudged me with her elbow. Oh, rude. But Jasmine covered her mouth and snorted quietly from across the table. I let myself laugh too, but Erika resisted the urge, huffing a smile instead. The morning breezed by quickly, and before I knew it, it was back to work. I once again found myself eagerly awaiting the weekend, or next week's team meet, but I was really happy with how the past week had gone. Actually, wow, did all of that really happen in just 1 week? I missed her laugh. I mused to myself as I closed up the gym, remembering that she hadn't laughed much today. Suddenly, the phone rang. Excitedly expecting it to be Erika or perhaps Jasmine, I bolted to the video phone and answered. Once again, though my excitement clouded my foresight, I was surprised to see none other than the president of Silco on the line.
Good evening, Miss Sabrina. I do hope I'm not interrupting.
The kindly polite president appeared to be chipper as always. He and the last company had rebounded surprisingly quickly, both in the public eye and in terms of productivity, following the aftermath of the rocket takeover last year. You have caught me at a good time, actually, Mr. President. What can I do for you? I responded with a polite smile.
After our previous collaboration with you on your gym and other city infrastructure improvements, we think you would be perfect to test our new upcoming item in the field before we move ahead to the full release.
Oh, I'm listening. This was different. I had been living in the same city as the Sylph HQ for years now. But while I was acquainting with the president, this was the first time he had to come directly to me to help with the product. The president held up a large, complex-looking handheld device, then placed it on his wrist, almost like he was advertising it to me.
This is the Pokegear, an advanced and convenient tool for Pokemon trainers. We hope to make it a must-have item in the coming year or so, and plan to begin advertising it over the winter.
It looks a little heavy for a watch. I snarked. This was the product he wanted me to test out. I admittedly wasn't huge on things like gadgets.
It is surprisingly lightweight and makes up for its size with its sheer number of handy features. It has a phone and a map and even a radio.
The president excitedly shilled. A phone? That would have come in handy earlier today, actually. I thought back to Erika being so easily distracted by the possibility of seeing a wild Heracross.
We were hoping you would test the product out in your day-to-day life. We'll even supply extras that you can give to your friends to try. Other gym leaders and strong trainers preferably.
I rolled my eyes a little, to which he bowed apologetically. Why me? Sure, I have friends now, but I'm hardly a social butterfree. Ha 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 ha. I crossed my arms. I'm interested, but why me? Surely other gym leaders who are more into tech, like Blaine, stronger trainers like the Elite Four or the Champion, would be better choices. The president poked his fingers together sheepishly.
Yes, well, yes. We have sent some out to the Indigo League and did hope to get the champion on board, but we haven't had any luck contacting them, even through Lance.
I raised an eyebrow. The champion was a weird kid. I had assumed they would love something like this.
And Blaine is, well, he always laughs heartily, then insists that our product should focus on the younger generation rather than washed-up old fogies like him.
Blaine was one of the gym leaders I had scarcely ever interacted with. He seemed like a cheerful enough man, but there was an air of mystery about him too. He sounded like a tough one to read.
That's not important, though, and does not detract from your own qualities. Ugh. That's not important, though, and does not detract from your own qualities for the test, Miss Sabrina.
The president continued.
The simple fact is, you are an especially popular Kanto gym leader, both in the media and among young people. If I may be so bold, I envision your promotion of the Pokegear on magazine covers and TV, and would do a marvelous job of making our new product the talk of Kanto and Johto.
I heaved my shoulders and rolled my eyes again at the idea that I was popular. It was true that myself, Misty, and Surge were the Kanto gym leaders most commonly seen on TV and in magazines. But I still never felt like my apparent popularity in the media was real, earned. Fine. I tapped my arm irritably, but the president seemed happy that he won me over. And I'll distribute some models to my peers as you suggested. How are you planning on tackling Johto? As I imagined, he didn't expect me to advertise on Johto too.
Pokegear shipments to Johto are already well underway, and all channels are being smoothly handled by our talented shipment manager, Mr. Petrell. We've actually asked Lance to handle promotion in Johto.
Lance? It surprised me.
We initially hoped to have his cousin Claire handle it. She is a very popular gym leader among young people in Johto, but she was not at all receptive. She quickly shut down all of our attempts to contact her. Lance was a lot more forthcoming, and seeing as he is from Blackthorn City anyway, we decided he would be popular and influential enough to popularize the product over there in the end.
I see. Lance apparently had his work cut out for him. I had never actually met Lance in person, but to say he was popular would be an understatement. That would be all, Mr. President. Please send it to my gym at your convenience. If I am not in for some reason, feel free to leave the package for the fighting dojo next door instead.
I thought you were still not on good terms pardon me. I thought you were still not on good terms with the dojo.
I'm not. Good night, Mr. President. He gave a small bow and thanks, and gave a quick wave before I hung up, finally worn out from all of his chatter. Normally a conversation like that would leave me pretty grumpy, but part of me was excited by the idea that I could soon have Erika and Jasmine's phone numbers at my fingertips.
And end chapter.
Speaks for itself, honestly. I'm assuming the poker gear is like a thing that actually exists, right?
Yes.
Right. It's like Gen 2, I assume. Hmm.
Alright. You want to just do one more for the road, Nova?
Alright.
Okay. Erika, Chapter 12, Pokegear. Understandably, I was busy dealing with Silphco and their generous shipment of Pokegears during the weekend following my call with the company president.
Luckily for me, Erika was so keen for us to spend time together that she came along to Saffron anyway, excited to see what Stilpa got me roped into.
Let's see. Ever the popular one, Sabrina. I'll be sure to buy a copy of whichever magazine you grace your cool presence with.
I gave her a tired stare. Don't make a habit of it. I still don't like seeing myself on magazine covers. But she just giggled it off. I'm glad you came though, Erika. The silk package ended up being delivered to the old fighting dojo next door, and I don't particularly enjoy dealing with.
Still? Some things never change.
Erika sighed and rubbed my back reassuringly as she followed me to the rundown old fighting type dojo next to my gym. I gathered my composure and knocked. One of the Karate King students answered and bowed.
Gym leader Sabrina, we have been expecting you.
Hideki, was it? I replied coolly. I must apologize that the Silph Co. offloaded such a large delivery on the dojo. It was really irksome. I was home all day and the company still delivered the items next door. Why?
Yes, there are.
Hideki looked behind him inside the dojo.
Quite a lot of boxes. You may need to come in.
Following Hideki's invitation, I made my way inside, followed closely by Erika. She was dressed for the gloomy weather in a dark blue kimono for a change, and was using her fan to keep the humidity at bay. As we made our way over to the neat pile of boxes, a particularly loud and stuffy presence made his way towards us. Kyo! I nodded at him and looked to his other students, of which there were only now 3. I trust you have been well, though your dojo seems to have shed students since we last met. Apologies for any inconvenience this delivery caused.
As cold as ever I see, Sabrina.
He confidently and loudly declared.
Fear not. No inconvenience compares to the time you disgraced. Jeez, Sabrina, how many of these things did you send? How many of these things did they send?
Thankfully, his likely rant about my clean the feet of his gym was interrupted when he noticed Erika with me, attempting to lift a few boxes of Poke Gears. There must have been at least a dozen boxes packed into the brim with the gadgets.
Okay, so that was Erika speaking.
You're not very appropriately dressed for manual labor, I grinned at Erika.
You hush.
Erika snapped jokingly.
I bet I can carry more than you anyway. Oh, hello, Lady Erika.
Kyo chimed in surprise.
It's been a long time. What brings you here today?
Erika beamed at Kyo. I rolled my eyes.
I'm flattered you remember me, Master Kyo. I'm just here because these troublesome packages are taking Sabrina's attention away from me today.
I pouted. Hey, they're more knowing. Knowing me more than anyone, okay? Erika grinned at me and ruffled my hair. Erika! I whimpered, using my telekinesis to quickly knead in my hair again and hoping Kyo didn't notice. Kyo laughed.
So the insurmountable psychic queen does have a weakness.
Don't call me that, I grimaced. Even with Erika here, I could wipe the floor with your old-fashioned gym any day.
Anyway,
Erika clapped, trying to distract us again.
Master Kyo, do you have any interest in the Poke Gear?
I shot Erika an irritated look. The bass of Kyo's voice vibrated the entire room.
What's a Poke Gear? It's a handheld gadget for Pokemon trainers that has a phone, map, and radio built in. It seems like it could be quite useful.
Erika kept up her cheery tone in order to lighten the otherwise tense atmosphere.
Ah, us karate experts have no need for such toys.
Kyo laughed heartedly with his hands on his hips. A backwards-looking attitude like that is one of the reasons you lost the official gym title and will not be getting it back, I stated coldly. I heard Kyo grumbling and noticed Erika roll her eyes, and I was really about ready to leave now. As I moved towards the boxes, Erika bowed politely to Kyo.
Well, if you or your students ever need a Poke Gear, your neighbor has more than enough to spare. We should be going now.
Erika picked up a pile of boxes.
Would you like any help with that?
Kyo asked.
My students and I would be more than happy to assist.
I effortlessly picked up the rest of the stacks of my telekinesis and winked at Erika. You bet you could carry more than me, eh? And no thank you, Kyo. I responded nonchalantly and waved a single hand as I turned towards the door. Good day to you all.
Don't be a stranger, Jim Lee or Sabrina.
Kyo and his students bowed to us as we left. Erika and I headed next door. When we arrived at my gym, Erika set her boxes down gently and elbowed me in the rib. Ow! I lost focus and dropped some of the boxes I was levitating.
You're so mean.
Erika pouted in my face.
I hadn't really seen the cold psychic queen Sabrina before. Admittedly, it was really cool, but you could stand to be a little nicer to your neighbors.
Don't call me that. I rubbed the back of my head timidly. Are you mad? Erika shook her head and pinched my cheek.
No, but you're my Sabrina, and I don't want you making yourself or others miserable. Master Kyo always seems like a nice person. His students seem nice too.
I just shrugged. You don't know them like I do. He was seething with passive aggression towards me the whole time we were there. My aggression was just more unapologetically direct, is all. Erika put her hands on her hips and sighed.
Okay, but if you're nicer to them, it may benefit all of you. They are your neighbors, after all. You hurt their pride all those years ago, and so so maybe you could ease their pain by being a friend to them.
A friend? To them? You're too nice, sweetie, I sighed. I'll try. I rubbed her shoulder before setting to unboxing some of these poker gears. Feel free to take a bunch of them, Erika. You see the other gym leaders more regularly than I do. I set aside a few boxes. They really are offloading tons of these on me, huh? Erika giggled and fixed the pink and white poker gear on her wrist.
Alright, how does this work? Have you played have you have you played with one yet?
See, she switched it on and began fiddling with the menus as I shuffled next to her to watch.
Oh, this is actually pretty neat.
She exclaimed. I picked the dark blue and white poker gear and began to mess with it myself.
Oh, hey Sabrina, can you sync up your phone? Wait. Oh, hey Sabrina, you can sync up your phone number with this.
Erika quickly plugged in my number on her gear as I scrambled to catch up. Geez, are you secretly a tech whiz, Erika? Erika giggled.
No, nothing like that. It's exciting. It's exciting. It's exciting to think about how convenient these could be. Ugh. It's exciting to think about how convenient these could be, though.
Within minutes, she was dialing my number with the gear on her wrist. Sure enough, my own poker gear received the call quickly. Okay, works, I quickly concluded.
Hello, is this Sabrina?
Erika chimed into her gear. Yes, it's me, right here. I helped my silly girlfriend.
Oh, it really is Sabrina. I'm a big fan. You're a real hottie.
Erika barely contained her laughter. Erika, I squeaked, a little red in the face as Erika continued to laugh and snort infectiously. Before we really got to spend any time together, Erika was headed off home for the evening. She only took a couple boxes with her, but it was probably all she needed. I kept most of the boxes in my gym in case so said it needed like a mass recall or something. I messed with my new poke gear a little, and smiled as I saw Erika and Jasmine's names on my numbers list. I tried out the radio too. It was surprisingly quality, but I didn't really listen to the radio in general. My psychic powers usually interfere with the signal too much anyway, so never mind. I finished the week in a mostly good mood, despite my inevitable clash of wills with Keo. Erika being around really lifted my spirits and helped me to avoid growing angry, even if I didn't get to spend much time with her at all. The weather was getting colder, windier, and wetter, which meant our opportunities for social gatherings were getting more scarce. Our tea morning, the Wednesday after the Poke Gear delivery, wasn't entirely pleasant. The weather was gray and windy, but Erika insisted on having tea with everyone at Celadon Fountain anyway. Are you sure you need to bother? I gave Erika a concerned glance. She shrugged her shoulders and smiled sheepishly at me, as if she were forcing herself to be a good host. When he had hopped on the train from Goldenrod to see us, and Misty had cycled over from Cerulean, but Jasmine ended up stayed home to keep Campy company during the increasingly stormy weather.
I'm here from. Oh gosh. I'm here for my poke gear.
Misty panted after rushing through the unpleasant weather, holding her hands out expectantly.
I'm honestly a little hurt that Sylph entrusted you with these new gadgets rather than a hip young star like me.
Oi, mind your manners. I smirked as I showed off my own pokey gear, which is beginning to feel more at home on my wrist. Do you want one or not? Misty giggled cheekily.
Do I have to say please?
Whitney then slammed her hands on the table.
Ah, what gives anyway? Why do you all have Pokegears already? That's actually pretty unfair. No one in Johto does yet.
That's strange. I told those gym
Lance?
leaders. Whitney yelped.
Oh, hold on a second, my thing froze. Can we go back to when Nova said that's strange?
Okay.
Alright. You ready?
Yes.
Yep.
That's strange, I told in my head. Lance was supposed to be the one helping to distribute him to Johto's gym leaders.
Lance?
Whitney yelped.
As in the Lance? Oh my Arceus. Oh.
She clapped her hands to her cheeks and dragged them down her face melodramatically. Yes, that Lance. Still, I have tons of spares, so you can have one if you like.
No way! Like heck am I gonna pass up a chance to meet Lance? Holy Miltank!
I chuckled and smiled gently. I have to admit, I'm a little jealous. I never had the pleasure of meeting him myself.
Never?
Erika side-eyed me.
Really? I've met him. He's nice.
Of course you have, my little social butterfree. I smirked at her. She pouted and returned to her tea.
If you two are done flirting,
Misty interjected and held out her hands again after installing her own Pokegear on her wrist.
Brock asked me to bring him a Pokegear too. I should probably be heading back anyway. This weather is perfect for fishing, so I'd rather be at Cerulean Cape right now. Sorry, Erika.
Why didn't Brock come here himself? I handed Misty a few spare Pokegears as Erika joined. Erika joked.
Does he not want to see me? He said something about the...
Oh, no, never mind.
He said something about the Diglett being restless in this weather, so he didn't want to take the tunnel. I don't know about him, but I'm really glad for the HM Fly.
He scoffed. Misty laughed as she climbed back onto her bike.
He's never been a big fan of flying types. He finds them too weak. Yeah, don't let the Violet City gym leader hear him say that.
He joked it as she sighed and got ready to leave herself.
Sorry guys, the weather really is garbage. I've got a hot date with a TV and a stash of cookies and milk.
I waved quietly as the two hotheads darted through the wind back in the direction of Saffron City. Erika sighed wistfully and began to pack up. I wrapped an arm around her and rubbed her shoulder. You okay?
Yeah.
Erika sighed again, standing up.
Sorry, Sabrina. This must have felt like a waste of time to you.
I blinked. Don't be so daft. I got to see you. You're the one who worked so hard despite the weather anyway.
Maybe I shouldn't have.
Erika smiled at me sadly and pecked my cheek.
Thanks, sweetie. You should get home too before you catch a cold.
The meetup got cut short in the end. The lousy weather dampened the mood, and Erika ended up feeling like she wasted everyone's time. She called my Pokegear later that evening to apologize again. I insisted that if the weather was bad again, she just shouldn't force herself, but she seemed weirdly apologetic. As was to be expected, the next few weeks were much better. We did see Jasmine at one point in the month, but other than that, things were too cold and windy to really enjoy sitting outside drinking tea.
Do you two have any Pokegear to spare?
Jasmine asked on another quiet autumn Wednesday.
I figured I'd pick one up while I'm here.
I frowned in confusion as I handed her one. Still no sign of Lance?
No.
Jasmine responded.
Whitney is getting very impatient. I don't particularly feel an urge to meet with Lance myself, though. It would make me a little nervous anyway.
She shrugged timidly. Erika and I giggled. The Pokegears were admittedly very handy. It became much easier for Erika to painlessly coordinate and let people know whether she was bothering to host or not. It wasn't long before she was feeling more optimistic and cheerful again, but the weather was unlikely to get much better anytime soon.
And end chapter.
Okay, that was good. How did you guys find that?
Sabrina's a dork.
Yeah, just a little bit. I enjoyed the dynamic. It's adorable.
And what did she do to the fighting dojo?
Isn't it a thing in the games as well? Nova could probably explain it better than I could.
Yeah, basically. Originally the dojo was the original Saffron gym, but then, and people like Sabrina came along, just thrashed them to hell and back, so now, she leads a gym.
Essentially.
That's why she hates them so much.
I don't know, well, I guess I suppose it's really more the kind of stereotypical brains versus brawn.
Yeah. I think they do more of this dynamic later on, and it becomes a bit more clear why there's a bit of distaste between the two parties, but I don't know when that comes into play.
Well, I enjoyed the 2 chapters we read, and yeah, we're 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're two-thirds of the way done with the story now.
We're gonna not necessarily hurry up, but probably try to have more time dedicated to the story. If we at all plan on finishing it before Star Wars starts, because that will probably end up putting it on hold for quite a while, I'd imagine. So,
We should be able to belt these out within the next 2 episodes.
yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed that.
How did we're approaching 30 episodes in less than a year's time. I don't know how to feel about this.
When did we start this series? Like
April.
April? Yeah.
Feels longer, doesn't it?
It feels like we started this like last year. Surprised.
It helps that Scrappy insists on that we do this, not just because he's bored, in his own words.
Well, you need to be bored more often, because this was like one of the best ideas you've had. I don't mean that seriously, don't be bored, that's bad.
It's relatively easy to do, and people generally seem to enjoy it. So here we are.
I mean, it's an excuse to just chill out and just read some stories for a little while. I'll take an excuse to just chill out and do that. It's been fun. I really do enjoy this series we do.
Yes, me too. Well, not sure when we'll come back to resume, but it'll be within the next 7 days, probably.
Hopefully.
Until next time, this has been Storytime with Scrappy, and we wish you all a good night.
Alright, I'll just abruptly end in the middle of the stage, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, see you guys later.